There's a saying on my studio wall that says, "A dream written down with a date becomes a goal. A goal broken down into steps becomes a plan. And a plan backed by action becomes reality." Hey everybody, welcome back to Art a la Carte and the first video of 2020. It's always great to hear everyone's resolutions, to find out what things people want to do to improve themselves or experiences they want to have. At the end of the year, it's interesting to find out what things we actually got done and how much we didn't get done. Oftentimes, it's more of the latter. Exercise at the gym 3 days a week, or I'm not going to eat sugar for the entire year. Those kind of things can start off really strong, but by the end of the year have faded away to nothing. So I want to talk to you guys about setting goals and how to change those ideas that we have into a reality, but also something that has a purpose, a reason for it. Every year I try to give myself an art goal, something that will challenge me creatively. In 2019, my goal was to create an exclusive sticker pack each month. The year before that was to create a picture based on the gemstone of the month and the flower of the month. This year I have a goal to create a series of pictures, a collection. Now you might be thinking, isn't that kind of like the gemstone? Those were all under a theme, and they were. I learned so much from doing that goal, and I'm going to take what I learned from that, the mistakes that I made in that challenge, that goal, and apply them to this one. I want to make a carousel collection. I've always wanted to do several different pieces that were based on carousel horses. 12 gives me a really good number of pictures to create a collection with, and it also sets an achievable goal. We all have dreams or ideas that we'd like to see recognized. Some are a little bit more achievable than others. But when you take a dream and you put it as a goal, but once you take that dream and you put a date to that, it becomes a goal, something that you can work forward to achieve. And that's what I love monthly challenges. I love annual challenges because it gives me a set goal for this time period. I'm going to work with it. So for this goal, I have 12 months, so I'm going to create 12 pictures. A lot of us have these goals, and like I said earlier, we might work really hard towards achieving them, but then after a few months, we see that our enthusiasm or our drive to finish them kind of starts to wane. So this is when you set it into a plan. Planning out what you can achieve, how fast you can achieve, and what you will need to achieve it. A good case in point was last year's goal, making the sticker pack. I just had the goal of completing a sticker pack for each month. While at the beginning of the year, January, February, March, the sticker packs came out right on the first of each month. The last few months of the year, I was just happy if I got them out before the month was over. So taking your goals and breaking them down into bite-sized steps, achievable chunks, can help you to pass these mile markers. So for me, it's creating the piece not just in a lump. I'm going to create this piece by the end of the month. I've broken it down into 3 parts each month: the design, the inking, the coloring. The designing part is where I am taking a lot of the things that I learned from the gemstones and applying it to this. So if you look at them, while there's 12 pieces, I finished the challenge, there's 12 pieces, they're all really different. And there's not much that I can do with them as a collective group. Individually, I can do things with them, but as a group, they don't really work well together because they're all different sizes. Plus, the methods that I used to create the pieces were all over the board. Some of the line art I created digitally, while others I created traditionally. Some pieces I colored with Copic markers, others watercolors. But when I got done, while I had 12 pieces, I didn't feel they fit into a collection. So for this one, I wanted to have the size parameters be the same and the medium that I used to create it be the same. The first choice I made was to do the inking digitally for 2 purposes. Because again, we're planning goals that we have a purpose for. So by creating the line art digitally, it gives me a really nice, high quality line art to make available to other people. Right now, if you're supporting me on Patreon, every month you guys will automatically get a digital copy of the line art for yourselves. Once the line art is created, I can then print this off onto my watercolor paper, because a few videos ago I figured out how to fix the settings on my printer so that it will print on even odd-shaped watercolor paper, which is amazing. Once it's printed off, then I can begin painting it with my watercolor. So those are my parameters. While I have a set style for the design of the drawings, how the horses will look, the themes for every horse is going to be completely based on what I choose for that month. It's not going to be themed for something for that month. Like February isn't going to necessarily be Valentine's Day. That I'm going to leave really open to whatever I feel like. I have my idea, I have my goal, I have my plan. Now it's time to put it into action, to actually begin working on this process, completing each month. When you're setting yourself deadlines and goals, also take into consideration the rest of your life. Some of you may be going to college or school, others have jobs, and those take a very valuable part of your life. I myself started a new job, so my free time is really limited. And while I could spend every free moment I have from working in my studio, and I really want to, I know in the long run I'm going to wear out, burn out, or get sick. Case in point, this piece here. I really wanted this piece to be done by this video so you could see the finished piece for January. Normally I could sit and bust this out, pull an all-nighter and just paint and create. But I also could feel I was fighting some sort of bug, whether it was a cold or a flu. By the end of the night, I began feeling kind of achy and sore throat, my head hurt, and I knew if I didn't pace myself and give myself time to get enough rest at night that I was gonna get sick, and not just a little sick, but I knew if I caught the bug that was going around, I could be out for a week and getting nothing done. But just make sure that you're not killing yourself trying to get this goal done. So once you have your dream, your goal, your plan, your action, that's when you begin to see it become a reality. Another one that I'm currently working on is my comic book. When I first started working on my comic, I thought it was something I could complete within the year. I quickly realized that doing the level that I wanted to with the comic and the amount of time that I had to work on the comic was not an achievable goal. So I have readjusted my deadlines, my goals for that, so that it's something that I can achieve that I'm not going to burn out on. So make sure that you're realistic on those, giving yourself those little goals that you can achieve to keep yourself encouraged and, pushing forward. So that is my 2020 goal. We will see if in January 2021, if I have completed said goal. And as we work further into this year, I'm also excited to share what I want to do with these pieces if they work out the way I think they're going to work out. But I'll talk about that in a video later on this year. But I would love to hear what your goals are for 2020, whether they're art related or not. Let me know in the description box below. If you're brand new to my channel, welcome and thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see others, make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any future videos. You can also check out all of my past videos. I have over 1,000 videos in my video archives, and I know because this last week I had to go through and check each and every single one of them whether or not they were COPA compliant, which they are, but I got through all of them and it's looking good so far, so we'll see what happens with that. If you do watch some of my older videos, make sure to comment 2020. Unless you're watching this in the way future, like 2021, then comment in the videos if I actually finished this goal or not. I want to know. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with me. As always, God bless you guys. Keep being creative, and we'll see you in the next art video. Bye-bye.